let's get start demo first of pattern. Here I just create a one application in Blazor, and I just describe and actually create or implement all the pattern like a square pattern, right? If you go to that here, the square pattern which I just created, the formula is row and column, right? And then if you go back again, there is an increasing triangle pattern, decreasing triangle pattern, how we can implement those things. And then once you just understand these three concept like square pattern and increasing triangle pattern and decreasing triangle pattern, all other pattern automatically will be created based on this three pattern which I will show you, right? So also we have a right side triangle pattern, right side decrease triangle pattern, hill pattern, reverse hill pattern, and diamond pattern. And if you go to that implementation, see here the square pattern look like this, right? And then if you see increasing triangle pattern, so like that every 1 and 2 3 4 5 6 it is increasing. And then if it is decreasing, then first is 5, then 4 3 2 1 like that. And then right side triangle pattern, see in this right side, but here the formula is, if you see uh, the decreasing triangle pattern, first this we have to have, we have a decreasing triangle pattern like that, right? And then we have a increasing triangle pattern, so that we have to implement. Don't worry about that, I will just describe everything. And right side decrease triangle pattern, so see right side they will start the decreasing pattern, but yeah, in left side we have an increasing triangle pattern with the space. So that how we can achieve that also I will explain. And then other ones is the hill pattern. Now see, this is a hill pattern, so that in this hill patterns we have the three formula over here. If you're looking over this, right? So one is that decreasing triangle pattern with the space, and then two increasing triangle pattern with the star. So how we can achieve, see we have the increasing triangle pattern, right? And we have the decreasing triangle pattern. So both combination how we can achieve these things also. And one more things over here, reverse hill pattern, right? See again the reverse hill pattern, again this is a combination of that guy, right? Increasing triangle pattern as well as decreasing triangle pattern. And the last one is the diamond pattern. So diamond pattern also have one formula, the hill patterns and the reverse hill patterns, which we have done this here, right? So how we can achieve these things. And also if you learn these things, definitely it will just sharp your C sharp logic, so that you can just achieve many things for this logic, right? So you can just understand actually. So let's get start implementation. So before implementation, I'm especially recommend to you, if you first time visit my channel, which is .NET Real World Example, you can check out my other session as well. Many things we have covered like .NET Core and Web API, Docker and multi-container, Blazor, and many things actually, Azure function. As a full stack developer, you can able to see many stuff for related to that, right? As a clean architecture and also mobile application and all you can check out. But yeah, one more thing I will suggest, you can check out those session like I already created A to Z alphabetic you know alphabetic pattern, which I just covered it here in my channel. You can check out all these things so that you can just sharp your C sharp logic, right? So let's start implementation. So I just open my Visual Studio, right? And here just I will just create a new project, and I will choose Blazor application, right? And I can choose a console app as well, but yeah, in the Blazor application how we can achieve that I will show you, right? So that you can just achieve any application, not only that this is not only dependent on console application, but yeah, if you know the logic how we can achieve, so you can do anywhere. So I will use that Blazor web app, a Blazor application, right? Use this guy, and then choose here the name, for example in Blazor app, and choose the location. So I'll just put my locations and then next. And I will use the .NET 8, and rest of things I will keep it same, but yeah, I'll just use that uh, Blazor WebAssembly project, right? So let me create that. Our application has been created as a default template, and which have that client and server side, right? So what I will do here, first of all, let me run and show you what we have as of now, right? So let me run. So once you run, you're able to see this is our default things over here, like weather component, counter component, and application home component, right? So let's me start the implementation. So what I will do first, First let me uh, decorate this here one by one. Like I will just use one, now what we have trying to do over here, right? So those style and things we have to achieve. Like if you go to here and go to my that home component, so where my home component, if you go to that page here, and this is my home component, right? So what would be my agenda? So my agenda would be, like actually we have to just create whatever pattern we have to doing over here, right? So that we have to do. So let me remove that, and first I'll let me add one uh, ul, right? So let me add that ul, and then inside that ul let me add few li, right? So in this ul and li I'll just add some style and name so that it looks good, right? So let me add this guy, save, and once you back, it is a refresh. See, now square pattern as a bullet, right? So also what I will do, simply I just decorate in the div so that my text would be a little high, and let me edit that guy. So save it, go back here, let me here, see, this is fine, right? So first we will implement that square pattern, right? So that's why I just show you whatever we will implement one by one, we will add it over here as well. And now go back to square pattern, right? So once you go back to here, go to in this page sections, so I'll just create a new component. Let me add a new component, razor component, and I'll just put it that name as a square pattern, right? So let me add this guy square pattern and then add it over here. So once we add here, first of all I just decorate with this as a page directory, right, in this application. So let me add this as a page directory. Now this is a page directory done. Now here, what would be my formula? So my formula would be here, actually this is important. So I can just create this square pattern using that row and column uh, based on the row and columns, right? So how we can achieve that? So first of all, what I can do, let me create a one div over here, right? And inside this div, I'll just have to create a one outer loop, right? So let me create a one outer loop here. I just create a one outer loop, and this outer loop, see, I just created this outer loop will be run based on this number. So whatever number you want, provide based on the your pattern, so it will be increasing, right? So let me create that number as well inside here code block, right? So in this code block I just mentioned this, yeah, it will should be run the till 5, right? Outer loop will be 5 running with the 5, right? And then what it will do, this is a row, right? So if you consider it as a row, so that row should be run the 5 times, right? Because I set as a 5 or whatever n number like 6, 7, 8. So row will be uh, adding the 5 times, right? And once one row, suppose this is a one row, and in the one row, if you look that application, let me show you again the demo so that you can clearly understand actually what we are trying to achieve. So if you go to here, see, this is a row, right? This is a row, and this is a column like this. For example, see, this is row. So how many rows? I just set is 5 or 10, whatever set is 5. So they will first in outer loop, they will just go go to run this first row, second row, third row, fourth row, 5 row, right? And then what we are trying to do over here, see, there's a again first row has a 5 columns, right? Then again second row has a 5 columns, third row also has a 5 columns, fourth row also has a 5 columns, right? So these are the columns. So how many columns is a 5 columns? So based on this, actually we can implement our logic. So go back to your code. So go back to your code here. See, this is a row. I required that 5 rows and then 5 columns. So again, what I can do, simply just let me create a one another div, and in this div, why I'm putting div, I'll tell you, don't worry about that. So see, inside div, what I will do, we have to record one column loop, right? So let me create another loop for here like that. See, I just create another loop which is k, and just initialize again from the starting one, right? And then k will be run that n number, right? Whatever number, if less than or equal to, then it will run, either it will stop, right? And inside that, what I will do, I simply print it, right? So see, this is, we are trying to print whatever pattern we trying to print, we're trying to print as a star. So that we have to trying to print over here. So let me print as a star, as like as a use as a span. This is a span tag, and inside the span tag we are using as a star, and whatever, just you just change it to star or dollar or anything, like it is up to you. So this is just understanding perspective, right? So let me, or also just put some color also, see, like that. So see, simply inner loop will be 1, and then outer loop again it will run how many times, till 5 times, then it will close, then again outer it will increasing, right? Inner loop will be increasing, and then again it will try to increase, and then again it will going to that 4 times, 5 times, right? So like that actually it will go and go and go till complete your outer loop, and once is outer loop complete, that's done, right? So like that actually we can achieve. Let me save it and see. So let me run and see how is look like. Okay, and let me run. So once you run, and now as of now I'm not mention any navigation, so let me fix that first navigation so that we can just use that guy. So go to that layout page and go to that navigation menu, and here I have to just add that navigation, right? So let me add quickly over here the navigation. My first navigation is a square one, right? So let me add that guy, and rest of things I'll just removing over here, for example counter and other things. Let me remove that guy, let me remove this guy, and just save it, go back to here and just refresh. And now here the square pattern, now see, we have a square pattern is ready, but it is a little it is small, right? So it is not visible properly. So what I will do, simply go back to here, go to square pattern, and here I just add some style. My star would be just as a visible, like so. See, I just added the font size is a 50. Once I save, if you go back, now see, now it's a good shape, right? So now you have to understand like how we can create this square pattern, and why I am going to deeply, because see, this is the main things you have to know, like how we can use that inner outer loop and inner loop. Based on the inner outer loop and inner loop, how we can generate a shape, right? That's why I just spent some times for here, right? So this is one. Now it is completed, that is square pattern. Now go back to here. Now we have to add another pattern that is called that triangle pattern, right? Increasing triangle pattern. So what I can do, simply go back and let me add actually so all that patterns over here, like all the agenda what we are trying to do, so that not I'm not going to do again and again over here. So let me add those all that li over here. After that here, let me add and save it and go back here. See, now see, that one is done, and now we have to going to increase triangle pattern, right? So what I can do now, next step, let me add another component so that I'll show you separate how we can easy. So now go to here, and I have to create that uh, increasing triangle pattern, right? So let me add that increasing triangle pattern, right? And then add. Once you add, first of all I have to just decorate this guy, right? Increasing triangle pattern over here. So that is first things. Now second things, again the formula. So what would be the formula for that? This is symbol formula, again row and columns, right? I have added over here, and then same thing I have to just copy from there what we have done in our square pattern, right? So that I don't want to write again and again things. So let me copy this guy, right? And go back to here and just simply paste it, right? So now, and one more thing, actually we have to paste that number, right? So let me copy this guy as well. How many numbers actually you want to uh, print it, right? So let me copy this guy and go back here and just simply paste it. Now see, this is simple code what we have achieved for a square pattern, and now one by one we have to modify, and I'll show you how we can easily actually generate all the pattern. So this is done, and this is outer is a fine, right? Because see, and this if you go to that pattern, now increasing pattern, right? So they increasing, first is one, now go second, now third and fourth, and like that actually you have to increasing, right? So let me show you so that you can understand. If you go to that increasing triangle pattern, now see, it is a first row, and this first, second row is a second, third row is a third, fourth row is a fourth, fifth row is a fifth. So this is a logic, like see, if first row is a first, second row, that means second, third row is a third column, there is a third column, fourth row is a fourth column, fifth row is a fifth column, right? So like that actually we can achieve this increasing triangle patterns. So go back to here, go back to here. So this is one, this is fine, but in this here what we are trying to do, we just simply tells, right? See, whatever row, that should be equal and the columns, right? So that is the formula. So this is fine, like see, row is fine, outer row is fine, but inner row k equal to 1, that is fine, it will initiate with 1. But see, this is actually looping time, right? So how many times will our column will be printed, right? So that is dependent this row. So that is row is what, it's I. So let me refresh this number to I. That's it. This is one change. If you change these things, and you have to understand the logic. So you can just create any of things, it means any of that pattern, right? So let me save it, and let me look like how is look like. Okay, so again what I will do, let me add the navigation for that also. So go to this guy, and that add the navigation for that second one also. Go to that and save it, and go back. Now see, increasing tangle pattern is over there, and it should be some mismatch. So what is that mismatch? Let me fix it. So increasing triangle pattern, let me copy this and go to your increasing triangle pattern. Let me save it, go back to here and click on that. Might be required, restart your application. So let me restart your application. So click on that. Now see, there's a problem on restart. Now see, it is, that shape also will be generated, right? There is nothing we have to do. Simply we have to understand, okay, what is the logic. So this is a simple logic. Whatever row, that equal to that column, right? So this is one row, one column, second row, two column, third row, third column, fourth row, fourth column, and fifth row, fifth column, right? So this is a logic simply. So that's also done. Now moving back to that third one, which is that decreasing, right? So also we have to understand again, see, again they decreasing order, again just whatever rows, right? So suppose I have a fifth row, so it will start the fifth rows, then it is trying to decreasing, right? So whatever row, suppose this is a fifth row, and then first row, but actually you have to print it whatever the max number, right? So that we have to print it, and then it should be -1 always, once you're trying to get to end, right? So that logic also we have to implement. It's very pretty much simple. So go back to here, and what I can do, simply let me create another component for that. So create a razor component, and here I'll just create a decreasing the pattern, right? So let me add this guy, decreasing pattern. Let me make it to capital Pascal case, add this guy, and then also what I can do, I just use that decorate over here the route. Let me add this route. Okay, so once it's done, right, again the formulas. So formula is, it's simple, again row and columns, there's a nothing additional, right? So and again we have to achieve with using the row and columns. And now go back to your increasing one, right? And here let me copy this guy, because we have to just simply modify something and we can achieve that. So go back to here. So here just paste it over here, and then again just use this guy, right? Whatever the max number you want to print, that you can just use this guy. Okay, now we have that increasing formula over here, right? So how we can decrease? So it's very simple. See, uh, how many rows over here? The rows actually it's first, right? And then it should be start that means how many columns we required in the first time, it's 5, right? So if it is row, suppose this row is 1, so where actually we have to start? Our row should be start over here, like this. Our column will be start equal to row. So initially we have to set whatever row that initially we start in column, like they will start from here. Let me add the remove that I to 1 to I. So it is just initiate our column to whatever row. Suppose it is first row, so they will add, okay, then initial is the first. And then what I can do here, we have to set what is the max number. So my max number is that reaching to here, this column should be now reach the max number. So this is actually formula. Again, it's we have to consider over here, like see, and how is actually doing. Let me understand one more time. Okay, see, suppose row 1, here the row 1, and then comes here. So row 1 actually it's a 1, and then again it will reach how many times? It is suppose is 5 times. So first row and first column will be reach 5 times. Okay, that is done. Now go back to again here. Now again it will increasing, so row will be second, right? The once is row second, so it will be start from this second, right? So again it will start the second, and then its second to actually reach to 5, that definitely it will be print 3, right? So they will actually, there is another way also, like you can just minus 1 logic, but yeah, this is a pretty much simple logic, right? So whatever row increasing, right? So based on this you can just start and just print whatever that max number, right? So based on this actually they will print, like suppose second one also is initiated, it is second, and then it will start from second, but it is a 5, so definitely it will print 3. Fourth row, fourth column, and then again it will 3, then start with 3, and then 3 to 5, so definitely it will 3, right? And because it is equal to, so always it will reach the maximum 5 or 5 equal to, right? And then again they're increasing this guy, so it will print only that thing. So it is very very simple, right? So let me add this one also in our navigation menu, right? So go back to your navigation. Here I just add that navigation menu. Once I add this navigation menu, so let me check it over here again. So again, see, we required to restart, because without restart actually menu function is not working, so that is fine. So go back to now decreasing. Now see, it is perfectly working, right? So now see, first row it's printing 5 with the 5 columns. Now second row it's printing 4, because just they will start initially 2, and 2 will be reached to 5, so definitely it will 4. And then third third will be reached to 5, so definitely it will be 3. And then fourth it will be 5, so fourth and 5 it will 2. And then finally equal to 5 equal to 1, so that means it's only printing 1 is a column. So like this way actually you can just create this shape very easily, right? So that is also done. Now moving back to my another one, which is now it is a right side, see, right side triangle pattern, right? So this is important actually. So if you go to the right side angle pattern, now see, it is have some logic, like decreasing triangle pattern with the space and increasing triangle pattern with the star. So we have we have actually already implement these two things, like increasing and decreasing. So over here, first what we trying to do, first we have to add one decreasing pattern over here, but it should be we have to add as a space, so that it should be show as a blank. For example, I'll show you. See, this is a decreasing triangle pattern. If you see over here, look like. See, this is a two triangle pattern, like one is the decreasing and one is the increasing. So in the left right hand side it is a increasing, but left hand side it is a decreasing, right? So those way actually we can achieve this right side triangle pattern. So go back to your implementation over here. So let me add right side triangle pattern. Let me create another component here. Let me add this guy, right side triangle pattern, this guy, and then here what would be my formula? So formula would be, it's simple again, which we have already explained, right? So this is my formula. First, decreasing pattern and with the space, mid byte space, and then increasing triangle pattern with the star. And then what I will do, simply first actually we have to decorate with this this component as a router, right? So we have to add, then here what I will do, simply we have to copy this guy, right? Decreasing triangle pattern. So where is my decreasing triangle pattern? If you go to here, this is my decreasing triangle pattern, right? So let me copy this guy, uh, this section actually. This is a common section, right? So we don't need to do anything for this, but yeah, for the decreasing triangle pattern, we what we are trying to do, simply whatever row we just add over, we just equal to over here, and then max number whatever that where we have to assign, and then we have to add, actually print that star. So instead of star, what I will do, simply print that space. So let me add this guy, or just copy whole things, right? So let me copy this guy and go to here, and where is the right side triangle pattern? This is the right side triangle pattern, right? So let me add here, and once I can do, let me just modify this guy. Let me add that number, and here we will do just modification. So first what I'm trying to do, let me uh, remove this color things, because one we don't require to a color over here to print simple byte space, and we have to add just byte space over here. See, just add a white space, but here what I will do, I just add a 2 byte space. Why? I'll just explaining you, right? Don't worry about that, I will just explain. So this is a byte space of the HTML coding, right? So you can just add byte space. So this section has been done, like byte space we have to print it, right? And then once is byte space done, now again what I have to print, I have to just print increasing triangle pattern. So where is my increasing triangle pattern? Go to here. So here is that increasing triangle pattern. What is the formula of increasing triangle pattern? This guy, right? So simply you have to call this guy and go back here, and just in after that you just print it over here. So once I add, see, I have I have do nothing, right? Simply increasing, I just put that increasing logic and that decreasing logic. But in the decreasing we have just add that space, and increasing we have to add that star. And why I had that double? Because see, this is important, because see, I just also putting some space after that star, right? So that's why actually I just put that double space. If you don't require that space after that star, so you can just remove this guy. So like that, save it, and just add again the navigation menu. Go to here, and then just add simply that right side triangle pattern nav menu over here. Save it, just stop it and run it again. Now click that right side triangle pattern. Now see, it is just is adding that first that space, right? So this is a space. If you want to see how they are printing, so I can show you as well. So let me show you for that understanding perspective. Now see, instead of space, let me copy this guy and then space, just commented, and just add, instead of this, the dot and then space, or just instead of dot just add this guy, right? And then save it, go back to here. Now see, this is actually that byte space we are printing, right? So this is a two triangle, again just we have to create it. One is the decreasing pattern and then increasing pattern, right? So based on this we can just achieve this thing. So this is a very easy, right? Because if you know like how we can print it, that is square pattern increasing and decreasing, based on this actually you can just create any of the pattern for that, right? So that's why actually. So let me just, whatever those things we have to done, let me uncomment that and remove this guy. This is just for this understanding perspective. So let me save it and go back to here. It is good, right? So now this right side also done. Now moving back to another one, which is uh, this is done, right? Right side triangle pattern. Now right side decreasing triangle pattern, right? So to show you the demo, right side decreasing triangle pattern. So again it is a two triangle. One is that increasing and then decreasing. So what I can do, so here again let me create this as a, for the understanding perspective. Now see, this is another two triangle pattern. One is increasing and then left side is a increasing and right side is a decreasing, right? So let me just quickly create this guy also. So first of all I'll just create a component, go back to your project, go to create a new component here, another component, and here let me add right side decreasing triangle pattern and just add it, and we have to just decorate for that right side triangle pattern, right side decreasing triangle pattern, right? Simply add over here as a route, right? So just decorate for the route. And what is that logic? Logic would be simple, which we already described. It's just one increasing and then another decreasing, right? So let me copy that first, that increasing one, right? So go to there, increasing triangle pattern, copy that whole things over here, and let me copy this complete and go back to here and just edit over here, right? So see, now we have a increasing pattern over here, right? So what we have to do, instead of that star, I'll just remove this guy, and then simply we have to just print that two space, right? So let me print the two space. This is two space, right? And now we have to complete one step, like increasing triangle pattern we have done, right? Now we have to do that decreasing triangle pattern. So now go back to your decreasing one. Where is your decreasing? This is a decreasing, right? So just simply copy this guy and go back to here, and after that this column, right, we have to paste over here and just save it, and let me stop that and check it. Now right side triangle pattern, yeah, we missed that one thing. We have not adding actually that navigation menu. So what I can do, simply I have to just add one navigation menu, go to here, and after that we have to just add that navigation menu. So this is that navigation menu. Let me add that for the decreasing, right side decreasing triangle pattern. Save it, run it. Now see, we have that. Once I click, now see, it is again right side now decreasing triangle pattern. But yeah, and left side also we have a space, but it's have a increasing triangle pattern with the space pattern, right? So how, that's way actually we can easily achieve that, right? So that is also done. Now go back to that demo one. What is another one? Another one is a hills pattern, right? So what is that hills pattern? What is the logic? Again, first is a decreasing triangle pattern, right, with the space, and then another one is another two is increasing triangle pattern but the star, and then another also is an increasing triangle pattern with the star, right? So that way, that means here is a two triangle pattern, three triangle pattern, but two is a increasing and one is a decreasing, right? So let me quickly add and let's see how we can just fix it. So what I can do, simply I have to just create a one another component over here. So go back to here, create a new page, create a new page, and let me add this guy, hills pattern, make it this guy as a hills pattern, and make it as a decorated over here at the red page. and then added that route. And once we add the route, what I can do simply, I just put that some logic, right? What would be the logic? So this is my logic. One is a decreasing triangle pattern with the space, and two triangle pattern with the star, right? and and here again, first I have to just copy this guy, right? Decreasing pattern. So go to here, decreasing triangle pattern, copy this guy again. Let me copy complete, right? Go back to here, replace to that, right? So now we have a decreasing, but here what I will do, I have to just replace with this two. First just replace to that space, so that first I have to just print that all the space, and also remove that color. Let me remove that color, right? So this is done. This is first one has been done, right? Now increasing one. Now go to that component where is your increasing. So this is an increasing one. So copy this guy quickly and go back to here, and simply you have to add that increasing, right? So this is first increasing, like here, initiated with the one, and then they will actually whatever row, with they will compare this row, and till the row number, it will just print it, right? So this is one, and then this also has been done, like increasing one, then one more increasing we have to add it, right? Because there's a two increase pattern, right? So let me add that two increasing, right? So again, simply same things, right? We don't need to do anything, but yeah, we have to initiate again here. Like two way actually you can use it. You can just keep it same name, that is also fine, but yeah, you can change it as well. Like for example, let me change that L, and then changes to this. Actually for this another column, you have to change that, differentiate for that understanding perspective, so that you don't confuse, right? So like that, see, this is the one column, and this is another column, right? Because there's a two triangle shape we have to achieve. So inside one row we have to and we have to create two shape, right? So this will be create a one shape, this will be created another shape. So but formula would be same, and only we have to add this guy, right? The print the star. So once I save, and let me stop that, and let me add the navigation, right? So go to that navigation here, and here let me add quickly that navigation, so that we can on click we can see that navigation bar. Save it, run it. Now we have the hill pattern. Once I click, now see, pattern is good, but there is a one issue. See, it will start 2, then 4, then increasing as well, right? So there is no issue, but it will start for 1. So why it's issue? Because we have just creating two triangle pattern, right? So see, this is that one, this is one, and this is another one, right? So this is another one. So like that actually it will print 2, but what I will do, I have to just uh, remove, actually I have to just remove this one only, and then only printed one, right? Because we have to merge this two triangle in one, right? So that's why we have to remove one row of any of the triangle, so that we have to achieve. And how we can achieve? Simply go back to your component here, and here finally either you can remove this guy, right, from this here, and either remove from here. But yeah, ideally first one I will just remove this guy. So let me remove from here, so that see, it will just now it will just create a column till less than this row, right? Not equal to that row. Suppose it is 5, so it will just print less than 5, not equal to 5, right? So that's way actually you can just simply achieve this guy. So let me refresh that. So see, if you refresh, now this time you are able to see only one row in the star. So it is perfectly creating a hills pattern, right? Like that actually you can just create the same way. We have to just create a reverse hills pattern. Like suppose it is starting for one, then third, then fifth, then L. But yeah, for the reverse hills pattern, it will be starting from like that. First this guy, second this guy, then this, right? So let me implement that also. Let me close that and go to here, and here see the reverse hills pattern. Again, it is has the same logic, right, but slightly different. For example, first it should be a decreasing pattern, first would be a increasing pattern with the space, but other two should be a decreasing triangle pattern with the star, right? So by this actually we can achieve that. So what I need to do, first I have to record that increasing triangle pattern. So go back to here, and first let me create that component. So go to here, pages, add, create a new component, and then quickly add that guy, and then add that reverse else pattern. And here let me decorate that first as a page. Let me add this guy. So yeah, so decorated is done. Now what is the formula up there, right? So hills reverse pattern required one decreasing, one increasing and the two decreasing, right? So that formula would be like that. It is just for understanding perspective, for formula just printing. There is a no nothings, but yeah, if you see you can just clearly understand what we are trying to do. So increasing pattern, so where is my increasing pattern? Go to that increasing triangle pattern here. Let me copy quickly, complete, right? Copy this guy, go back to your component here. Let me completely refresh. So now we have this first requirement we have to meet over here. We have that increasing triangle pattern, but yeah, in the increasing triangle pattern what we have to do, we have to add that space. So let me quickly add that space over here, to remove this span to the space, right? So see, this is, we have a double space, and once it's done, now we have complete this guy. Then we have to start decreasing triangle pattern. So where is my decreasing triangle pattern? If you see, this is my decreasing triangle pattern, right? So what I will do, simply copy this decreasing triangle pattern column formula and paste it after this, right? And here simply nothing we have to do, and it just simply will be printed, right? And again, another one is again decreasing triangle pattern with the star, right? So simply again just copy this guy, right, and save it, right? If you want you can change it that no, name like that here, right? So it could be on a decreasing columns, and it is all increasing columns, and then it is also increasing columns. So whatever property name or variable name you can put, you can just change it like jkl and all. But yeah, it should be work actually if you create a same name as well. So previously I just changed it, but yeah, you can just use it and try it. So save it, right? So once you save, and let me quickly add that navigation menu again for that, the decreasing one, reverse hills pattern for. So let me add this guy, save it and run it, and click that reverse one. See, again it's perfectly working, but again it's showing two triangle pattern with this complete, this five number, right? So that's why it's just creating two from the starting. So again same things, we what we have do for that hills pattern, we have to remove one triangle, one and a line for that one triangle, right? So same things we have to do over here. Go back to this, I just remove one equal, so that we have to just create one triangle only less than 5 or whatever number, right? Save it, go back. Now see, it is just remove one line again, and it's perfectly working for the reverse hills pattern, right? And now what is the last pattern? Let me quickly implement that guy here, diamond pattern. So in the diamond pattern what we have, the rules, whatever hills pattern once and whatever the reverse hills pattern. So there is actually combination both, right? Hills and reverse patterns. Now see, uh, like that. See, this is that hills pattern, right? And this is that reverse hills pattern, right? So we, if you join this together, so you are able to see this guy, right? So let me create quickly. First what I can do, I just create a one component for name it diamond. So go back to here, go to the pages, add the diamond. Let me add a new component, call it to diamond pattern, and just add the diamond pattern here, and then quickly decorate with the @page directive so that I can use as a navigation. So let me add it here. And what would be that what would be the name of that, right? Means what is the formula over here? So this is that formula, combination of hills pattern and reverse hills pattern. So quickly what I will do first, I'll just copy the hills pattern. Where is my hills pattern? So see, this is my hills pattern. I just complete copy from this tab from here, but just first just complete copy with the number as well, right? So let me replace this. Now see, we have that hills pattern, right? And if you just stop that, let me put that navigation first so that I can show you with while the running how this looks like, right? For one by one. So let me add this navigation for the diamond pattern as well. Save it, run it, and click the diamond pattern. Now see, the first requirement has been done, right? Hills pattern has been done. And then what I will do, I have to just add that uh, reverse hills pattern again. So go back to here and go to the diamond pattern, and before the go to diamond, go to that reverse hills pattern and copy the uh, complete div section which just prepare that one. So go to here, and then add after that div, right? Because it should be a two div. See, this is a one div, this is a one div for that, hills pattern, right? And this is another div for that complete actually reverse hills pattern. So whatever logic we have, see, it is for that reverse hills, and this is for that hills pattern, right? So let me save it. If you go back here, you're able to see over here that things over here, right? So, and in our demo actually I show you. Now see, here's the one issue actually. See, again it is just printing two line, right? So because see, this is complete one sales pattern and this is another reverse sales pattern. So that's why whatever the last column, it is just populated over here as two, right? So we, what we need to do, just remove one so that we can create our as a right shape, right? So what I can do, simply go back to here. And one more thing actually we have to add that instead of you know all that diamond is a blue, we can just put as like whatever we show as a demo, right? So in the left side, the blue, right side and the red, then again left side in a red, then blue, right? So like this way design also will be created. So these two things we have to do that. So go back to again your diamond pattern component. Now see here, right? So what I can do, so first just remove that guy. So here, let me save it and go to the diamond pattern. The diamond pattern here, see, this row, right? So whatever row, this is a two pattern, right? So this is the first pattern, this is the first pattern, and that is a next pattern, right? So in this first pattern, what I will do, simply remove this guy so that it should be create, first pattern will be create only less than 2 5, not equal to 5, right? So that it will just create a 4, right? And then it will create 5 so that it will create a make good design, right? And then again, if you see over here, now see, it's perfectly looking good, right? As a diamond, it is just created perfectly. And what I will do, just added that color things, right? So that first color I will add over here, this here I'll just add it for the red. Let me add that red and save it, go back, right? And see, the right side they added the red. And again what I will do, in the reversals pattern I just add for the left side. So go back here, and where is the left side? So see, this is the left side, right? So in here what I will do, simply add that red and save it, go back. Now see, it's perfectly creating a diamond with this good color, right? So like way, this way actually you have just created all the pattern using this, three formula, right? In this three concept, which is a square pattern, which you have to initially understand, okay, how we can create, that pattern, right? With the using row and columns. Once you understand this guy, definitely you have to know, you have to just you have to create it this increasing pattern, right? How we can create that increasing, and then again the decreasing pattern. So using this three pattern, right? So using that three pattern, you can just create all others pattern, like for right side triangle pattern, right side decreasing pattern, hills pattern, reverse hills pattern, diamond pattern, everything's right. So like this way you can just easily achieve these things, right, quickly. And in upcoming session we'll coming in more things over here, like for example how we can add that number and all, right? Suppose increasing number and decreasing number, like 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 5, or just 1 2 3 4 5, or 1 2 3 4 5 1. Many things for this character will achieve that one. So that's all for this session. And before closing that, what I will do simply, which I always do, I just add this in our GitHub link so that you can use it from my GitHub. So add that things. So Blazor app, and this is my name, Blazor repository name, and this is that, right? So that is one push. So that's all. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.